Oh, yo, what up? Yeah, I always wear my Crocs. The basement floor is super, super cold, so I have to wear, like, something. I'd have to have some sort of slippers.
Hey Richard. Nice you're finally doing legs on stream, awesome. I'm working out right now too, I'm doing push day. I just hit a PR of 190 pounds for 10 on bench at 154 pounds body weight. I'm doing double progression like you said. I added 5 pounds this workout.
Alright, nice, dude. Yeah, again, if you start with a higher rep range, you'll find double progressions a bit easier. Double progression is always going to be slower, and if you start with, like, a heavy weight, it just makes it that much worse. Thanks for the donation, though, CDG. May you make many gains, sir. How long did it take you to put that machine together? Something funny happened when I ordered this. I got this at Fitness Depot, and I asked them to deliver it, unassembled. What ended up happening was the guy who works the forklift basically fucked the machine that I ordered, and they called me and they said they can give me the floor model, but just not charge me for the delivery. So they sent it to me partially assembled. So like normally I think it comes in like maybe 8 pieces, but all they had to do to fit it in their car for delivery was like just take 2 or 3 of the pieces apart. So it only took me like maybe 15 minutes to just put it together. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a normal stream after I do the workout. No, I'm not on TRT. You don't take 350 milligrams of test a week and 210 milligrams of Boldenone and 5 IUs of growth hormone if you're on TRT. don't know where the fuck anybody got the idea that I'm on TRT. Like, how many fucking posts have I said that I'm on steroids and I'm, like, doing it for performance enhancement? I don't know why everyone's so fucking obsessed with TRT. Like, fuck you. Swear, everybody calls everything fucking TRT because they're too fucking afraid to admit they're just on steroids. No, CDG shouldn't be banned from chat. Never banned him.
Thanks for the advice, Richard. Yeah, I went from 185 for 12 from last workout and up to 190 and hit 10. So next workout I'll up to 195 pounds. Now I'm gonna do my 3 sets of overhead press. I wanna hit 225 for 5 on bench by the end of year. You look great.
Well, thanks. That's, well, if you're just adding 5 pounds workout, that's not double progression. But, again, I would just say start with 8 reps. And then if you can add a rep each session, that's good. If you can add 2 reps a session, that's really good. And then once you get that 2 extra reps, just add 5 pounds. That seems to work pretty well for bench. Thanks for the donation, though, CDG. You got a 12-pack of vegan Reese's? Ugh. I loved Reese's peanut butter cups. Oh, I just don't eat that stuff anymore. How many sets do you do on compound lifts? Depends. Like lately, I've only been doing 2 sets with squats. But I only do 1 set with stiff leg deads. But with rowing exercises, I usually do 4 sets per exercise, or 3 to 4. And then for bench, it's usually just 3. With overhead press, just 2.
No, I know, I'm doing that double progression, it's just I hit 10 reps already with 190, so it's too easy. 195 will probably be my starting point with 8 reps. Also, I'm vegan, guys, I said that in stream a couple days ago. And I'm not banned in chat.
Okay. Well, that's good. Thanks for the donation, CDG. Oh. Do you do more strength or hypertrophy focused squats? Well, squats are squats. I've been doing sets of 10 or more. I live in Canada. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving in October. Or do we? Or yeah, we do. It's the other way around. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Yeah, Americans celebrate it in November. I don't celebrate Christmas either. Oh, hey Gum Gum. What's going on, little buddy? Axel Fuzz, when he tells why do Japanese people work such insane hours? His work-life balance improving over there? There's a few reasons for that. One, they're Asian, and just Asians tend to have a stupid work culture. Two, they're all broken poor, so they have to work long hours to actually make ends meet. Japan had a huge economic crash in the 80s, and they literally never recovered from it. And they've just becoming more broken poor, and nobody's having kids, so basically, you have young people whose money's all getting stolen so that old people can, get by. I don't know if it's getting any better. Oh, wait.
I didn't have headphones on, so if you answered this already, your mom should come over for a workout since she's on Anavar now. I wanna see her do pull-ups without the resistance band cause she could definitely do it. Seems like she holds back at vegan gains.
Yeah, I feel like she should be able to get... It's a Chinese beetle. Fuck. I feel like she should be able to get at least a couple, body weight pull-ups. I don't know when the next time she's gonna be coming over. Like, Isaac's moving in at the end of the month. She can still come over and stuff. But I don't know if she wants to come over when I have a roommate. Thanks for the donation, CDG. Gummy, can you watch the fucking wire? What do you got there? Gummy's a troublesome kitty. Oh. I think I might have to... Oh my god, he keeps running over the fucking wire for the camera. I might have to lock him upstairs. If you unplug the camera, you're going upstairs. Mm. Ugh. Should measure legs at the end of the workout, yeah. Mm. Oh. How'd you get your leg injury? Well, I had my kneecap dislocate over and over again. Then I needed to get surgery to prevent it from dislocating. And then after the surgery, I got an E. coli infection. That's basically why my left knee's really fucked. Oh. How much did I pay for the leg machine? I think it was 800. No, I've never been to Thunder Bay. Yes, I do leg extensions before squats. It helps to warm my knees up and just helps me better kind of target my quads. Gum gum. This cat is very hyperactive right now. He's running around. See him there? He's running around. I don't know why. What are you doing, silly?
Do you wish you hopped on gear sooner? If so, around what time?
It doesn't really matter. Like, you can always look at things from a glass half full or glass half empty mindset. So there would have been benefits to hopping on sooner. There would have been drawbacks. It is what it is. Depending on depending on how you look at things, I hopped on the perfect time. Thanks for the donation, though, dude. No! Get down! Oh, fucking gummy.
My elbows hurt with skull crushers, triceps, no matter what I try. I've done JM press too, it just doesn't work for me. Bench press and overhead press hit my triceps well, but I wanna isolate. Tips? I wanna try close grip bench, is that gonna be good?
In my opinion, close grip bench is literally just bench. I don't think it really hits your triceps all that well. I would say the biggest thing for elbow pain with tricep work is just going to be relative intensity. So if you're getting elbow pain when you're doing sets of 8 to 10, you should try doing like more sets of like maybe 12 to 15 or even like 15 to 30 or something. Because yeah, I mean, you're talking about a relatively small joint and there's only one insertion of your tricep into your elbow. So if you're working with very heavy weights, you very likely will get some elbow pain. So yeah, just try lowering the relative intensity and doing more repetitions. That usually helps. And other than that, you can get elbow wraps for support. Like, you know, at some point you probably are. You can either get elbow wraps or elbow sleeves. Like, anybody who you see who's big and strong, they all use some sort of supportive equipment when they're doing like tricep heavy work. So you can get an elbow wrap like this. Okay, you're going upstairs. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know what your fucking problem is. No. Why are you ruining, like why? Come here. Stop running. I don't know what you're doing. Come here. I have no fucking idea why you're jumping on my desk and fucking smashing everything. No, what are you doing? Get over here. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, there you go. Have fun upstairs. Jesus Christ. Just for no reason, fucking rockets on my desk and just smashes everything. Anyway, they basically just give you support, especially at the bottom range of motion. And they prevent elbow pain. Like, if you look at anybody who's strong enough, they get to a point where you know, you do just need to use some kind of supportive equipment. And other than that, you might want to just try adjusting your technique with some of those lifts. Like, you don't need to use a super long range of motion, get a deep stretch, anything like that. You can just limit the range of motion if that's easier on your elbow. Like, there's no rule that you have to do an exercise in any particular way, even if it's painful. Thanks for the donation, though, CDG. Hope that helps. Oh.
Any recommendations for the wraps, sleeves? Can you explain which I should get for just general tricep hypertrophy? Brand? And okay, I'll try like sets of 15 to 25 on skull crushers. They really grow and pump my triceps toe, that's why I don't wanna stop them.
Um, Inzer is a really good brand. I've got Iron Bull, elbow wraps. Like they do all the same thing, and they're fairly cheap too. So like you can just look on Amazon for elbow wraps. I've used the Iron Bull ones; those are really good. But they all do the same thing. You might prefer one over the other, but you'll find that they're pretty much all about the same. One might be a little more comfortable than another. One might give you a little more support or something, but they're pretty much all the same. Um, you're gonna get more support and protection from a wrap, but you do have to. You're probably gonna have to unwrap them after each set, especially if you do them uptight. The problem with elbow sleeves is you don't have as much support and you might have issues with like fitment. So they kind of are the way they are, whereas with wraps you can always adjust them. Thanks for the donation though, dude. What did you think of Battlefield overall? It disappointed me in almost every way I could have hoped. So the hit detection in that game has to be the worst I've ever seen out of any multiplayer shooter. It literally makes absolutely no fucking sense. Somebody will be standing right in front of you, not even moving, and over and over again you'll shoot at them and no hit markers, nothing connects. It's especially annoying when you're on close quarter, like doing that sort of shit in close quarters, because like every millisecond counts and like reaction time is really important. And you'll like grab it, you'll take out your shotgun or something, and then like somebody's right in front of you, bang, 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 bang. Nothing hits, nothing connects, and then you're just dead. It's fucking retarded. The shooting mechanics in general have been dumbed down like tremendously. Like Battlefield 3, I'd say is the best multiplayer shooter ever made. It had pretty good bullet physics. Also, like you had to switch between semi and full auto fire depending on what you're doing. Like there was clearly an emphasis on making like single precise shots at long range and having to take your time. And then at closer range, you'd want to use like full auto fire, or if there's like a squad. This game, it like again, it's dumbed down. There's no select fire function. The guns don't really handle like real guns, and it just feels very video gamey with how they balance the damage with all the firearms. So they dumbed they dumbed it the fuck down. But the worst aspect has to be the hit detection. It's just fucking horrendous. Also, the assault and defend game mode is fundamentally broken. You literally can't play it. If you're the attacking team, you lose. The defending team just there's too many players and they respawn too quickly, so you never have an opportunity to ever advance forward. There's some other balancing issues, like the assault class doesn't start off with enough ammo. You only have 3 magazines, which is just fucking retarded. Especially considering like it's a fairly spongy game. Like, you have to shoot people a fair bit. So, like, oftentimes you'll have to unload basically a full clip on somebody, even if you don't miss. So you can only kill like 2 people until you're out of ammo. Like, it's fucking retarded. So yeah, it's a big disappointment. I'm still gonna invest time in the game and see if they kind of fix certain things, but it just feels like every video game coming out now, they're appealing to the lowest common denominator of players, and they're just making everything for fucking stupid dumb fuck retards, and a lot of the new developers just literally don't know how to make video games. Everything is just such a fucking letdown and disappointment. Oh, my knees just, it's really locking up today. Oh, jeez. But yeah, like, Battlefield 3 was so fucking good. Like, why couldn't they just follow those basic mechanics? Like, yeah, let's just dumb everything down and make a game with horrible fucking hit detection where you can never, like, fucking shoot somebody. I also think there's a fuck ton of people who are botting in that game. They're using some kind of aim assist tool. Because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm really good at shooters. I have like a 2.1 KD or something on Call of Duty. Like, every other match I get an AC 130 and shit. I was also really good at like Battlefield 3 and 4. I think my KD in Battlefield 3 was close to like 3.0. And this game, like most matches, I've been like getting maybe 1.1, 1.3 on average. And then you see people who are getting like 30, 40 kills and only 2 or 3 deaths per game. So, especially considering how bad the hit detection is, like, that just reeks of people fucking botting. So yeah, it's a mess.
Jasmine Urian Rider nigga 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 Jasmine Urian Rider.
Yes, thanks. If you want to play that game, whatever, sure. Yeah, I played Bad Company too. Congratulations, you're banned. Oh. Oh.
This is why you shouldn't trust reviews anymore, VG. Once again, it just proves my point that reviews mean nothing.
Yep. Well, a huge issue too with multiplayer games. Most people are casual dumb fucks who like just suck or they're average, right? So if you're an average dumb fuck casual player and you're playing this dumb fuck shit Battlefield game, ooh, the graphics are cool. Ooh, you can drive a tank. Explosions. Oh no, I died. Ha ha ha. Like, they don't care. They're not good enough at these games or invested enough in the mechanics to really, like, notice the issues. So they don't really care if they end up with a bad KD or lose or anything. So, like, a lot of the people who are saying the Battlefield beta was really good, I think they're just casual dumb fuck morons. It's just not a good game. It is mid as fuck at best. I was playing with a buddy of mine last night. Like, we were having fun, but it's not really because the game's good. It's just because, like, you know, we're playing together. If I was playing that game solo, it's just not fun. I'd never play it on my own or like off stream, just for kicks. It's just nowhere near good enough. It's just frustrating. Just got back from New York City Comic Con, was a blast. That's cool. Yeah, the maps are pretty good in Battlefield 6. Like, that's one thing about it, but like another issue too though with that game, like aside, like it involves the hit detection. So you'll have like pieces of geometry in the level, like, I don't know, a tree sticking out of the ground or like some pieces of rubble that you can use for cover. You'll see an enemy pop their head up and like a good chunk of their body will be exposed. You'll shoot at that exposed piece of body, but it'll hit the fucking like object. Even though like a huge chunk of their body, like, you know, above their shoulder is exposed, you'll hit them right in the head or upper chest and like it'll hit the like fucking wall or something they're standing behind. It's fucking stupid. But yeah, like there's so many problems with that fucking game. Like I can't believe they'd make it like that. It's so fucking stupid. Like it's just crazy to me. After how many fucking Battlefield games have they made? Like the newest one is the one with these issues. Like it's incomprehensible. Yeah, there's a Comic-Con in Toronto. It's called the Fan Expo. Thanks for the membership, Daniel.
What's up, bro? Is your abductor still down? If not, do you plan on going heavy on squats?
It's adductor, not abductor. And it's doing a lot better. I've been able to squat without any issues. Thanks for the donation, Killian. How come you take your knee wraps off between sets? Because it cuts off circulation. uh. Do you ever laugh with your friends, or do you call them brain dead fucktards? Don't think I've ever called a friend of mine a brain dead fucktard. Yes, I do pull-ups. What's your ideal woman? There's no such thing. They're all just fucking annoying and crazy. The only time anybody is going to get an ideal woman is when they have sex robots. You'll be able to program them not to fucking be annoying and stupid and nag and bullshit you. No, the belt squat hasn't come in yet. Still hasn't shipped. No, I've never been to Japan. No, I don't drink. I'm not a stupid fucking idiot. Right now I'm on 50 milligrams test, 30 milligrams bold known, and 5 I use growth hormone per day. Ugh.
I know it generally amazes me how the newer stuff is so much worse than the older stuff. Call me a nostalgia tard all you want, I don't care.
It's usually the case. Society is just getting dumbed down. Like, the more people there are, the more stupid people there are, and you're just seeing more appealing to the lowest common denominator. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. Dodo donate teller is kind of funny how leftist.
I know it generally amazes.
I don't know why that played twice. Kind of funny how leftists in Israel are Trump supporters now because they see him as responsible for the hostage deal. And that is true, but how Hamas will get to continue to rule Gaza according to the deal. Are you sure about that? I didn't look at the specifics of the agreement. I was under the impression that they had to at least disarm. Like, they're obviously not going to follow through. Hamas is not going to disarm. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. No, I switched from Cypionate to an Enthate. Terrible squat form. Well, that's nice, dude. Don't fucking care. Ugh. If you sweat more, do you need more salt, or will that increase blood pressure? You need more salt. And sodium doesn't necessarily just increase blood pressure. You need a certain amount of salt in your body. What's the difference between all the testosterones? Testosterone's testosterone. When you're talking about testosterone cypionate or testosterone enanthate or testosterone propionate, those are the most common esters. It's just how fast the testosterone's delivered into your body. So it does change how it's metabolized and how quickly it's metabolized and how much it aromatizes or converts into DHT. For most people, they're going to get the best results with an enanthate or cypionate. Big ass or big tits? Well, I'd rather big ass. Tits don't really do anything.
Of course they are not. See, I told you negotiating with terrorists was a bad idea.
Well, yeah. Trump's an idiot, though, so he's also extremely lazy. I think his laziness is a big part of why he does some of this stupid shit. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. I think I'm gonna have to take a piss. Yeah, I'm gonna have to piss. I don't like squatting with a bladder that's kind of half full. I'll be right back, just gotta pee. All right, I'm back. What's going on, Danny? All right. Was chat always this gain stupid? It's only on my workout streams. Noticed my joints are feeling a lot better since I've been on the Bold Moon. Ugh. What do you think about CJ Beast Mode? I don't know who that is. Started taking Boldenone on September 24th. Yeah, Boldenon's really good for collagen synthesis. Are you going to get back into deadlifting? Yeah, I might. I don't know what the hell that cat is doing upstairs. What gauge syringe to use? I think you mean needle. I've been using 22 gauge needles for extraction and 30 gauge needles for injection. 30 gauge are great. Zero pain, like you don't even feel it at all. And they inject pretty easily still. You can't draw with them, obviously, but for injections, it's not like you have to just push down on the plunger with all your might. Yeah, it helps with my knee, helps with the elbow. Just everything's feeling like better. Is a massage gun worth it? I like them. I've got a massage gun. Congratulations, you're banned. Are you still aiming for 405 by 10 by the end of the year? You realize it's October. So, no. When the fuck did I ever say I was going to get that by the end of the year? Do you lose oil when you draw with the 22? That's what I'm hearing. When you draw from a lower gauge needle, you lose a bit. Well, what you do is you draw with a larger needle, you pull the syringe back so the oil goes out of the needle itself. Then you put the like higher gauge needle on, and then you push it back up. And you can measure out how much would end up being lost from the larger needle. So if it's like 0.01 mils or something, you can just compensate for that when you do the extraction. My knees have been better. No, I'm not really big into feet.
Would you say if your knees weren't so wrecked you would descend faster on squat?
No. I'd probably have the same descent speed. I would squat deeper, but I'd have about the same descent speed. Thanks for the donation, Commissioner Gordon. Ugh. Yes, I'm getting bigger and leaner. Would you rather join a gym and be around other people? Yeah, I love being surrounded by annoying, good for nothing fucktards who just get in my way. If only I could be at a commercial gym so I waste more time and I have to be around everyone's disgusting germs. Ugh. Yeah, there's still, I don't know if it's like the camera angle, maybe. There is still a size discrepancy between my left and right leg. The left leg is the one that had the surgery, and I almost got amputated. So the right's still bigger. Yeah. Quads are coming along though. Ugh. Ooh. I had an E. coli infection in my left knee, and it was resistant to antibiotics, so I almost had it cut off. Oh. Yeah, the antibiotics ended up working. I was on 3 different IV antibiotics at once. And I think it took at least 6 months for the infection to fully clear. That was rough. At least I got to miss school though. But that was really rough. That's one of the reasons why I got so good at Call of Duty. I was just bedridden, so I just played Call of Duty all day. And Battlefield 3. That's not a pussy pad, stupid. It's a safety squat bar. So, funny how you don't even know what fucking lifting equipment is. Yeah, Battlefield 3 is goated. It's just crazy to me how they could make Battlefield 3 and then they make Battlefield 6. It's really not good. Like, the game fundamentally doesn't work. Yeah, I remember Black Ops 1. They had Black Ops 1 on PC at least. They had actual servers, like private servers, and I'd get banned from like every fucking server because everyone thought I was hacking. I'd get like those 3 chopper gunners basically every match and just annihilate everybody. I'm not squatting, I'm doing lunges, stupid. Why did you come here to talk shit? Like, are you just some fucking loser who's some beta male dipshit and this makes you feel better? Yeah, I'll try to stream after I do the workout. Yeah, I'm on my purpose. Yeah, I'll probably stream some more Battlefield 6 at some point, maybe tonight.
Just like it's crazy to me how they could go from making Toy Story 3 to Toy Story 4 or Ghostbusters to Answer the Call. Why do all the reboots suck so much, VG?
I don't know, man. It's fucked up. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Ugh. Let's see what my quads are measuring at. Try to measure like just halfway up my thigh. Fuck. So that says 24 and a half. That's for the left leg. That says 24, maybe 25 for the right.
Co-worker doesn't believe me when I say potatoes are very nutritious and good for you. He said he was going on a diet and cutting things out like potatoes, and I told that's dumb as fuck. He's also an anti-vaxxer. I hate these people.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's an idiot and they don't make any sense, man. I don't know where people got the idea that potatoes are bad for you. Everyone's just a fucktard. Thanks for the donation though, Twat Destroyer. Alright.
You are insanely huge, freaky looking hide. Imagine how you would look if you go on a massive bulk, maybe 4 to 5,000 calories a day.
Getting fatter doesn't make you build more muscle. Especially, like you can make a case for bulking if you're natural and getting a little more body fat, but if you're on steroids, you are not going to benefit from that weight gain. Thanks for the donation, though, Anonymous.
Hopefully these retarded anti-vaxxers just dead of an illness and are out of the gene pool forever.
Yeah, hopefully. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
If you shave both your face and head bald, you will officially be Giga Chad status.
I don't know why I'd want to shave my face. Thanks for the donation, though, dude.
If you obese with kids swipe left, I see baby mamas and I cringe to death. Get off this app and on some Ozempic, Plan B exist and you still got pregnant? You think you are 10 but really a 1, your name not Neo cause you are not the one. You look like ruined over La Boo Boo. Bars.
Ah, that was wonderful. Thanks for the donation. Less is more, Raps. Favorite bean? I'd say probably chickpeas. I really like black beans too, though. Black beans with teriyaki sauce taste great. Can you show the water bottle to the camera to see how it looks? It's a 2-liter bottle.
What's your injection site rotation? I'd imagine injecting in the same site especially 2 times a day. Must be kind of painful. Also, do you mix the testosterone with the Boldon?
When did I say I was injecting twice a day? I'm injecting once a day. And I do I swap between different sites on my shoulder and in my glutes. Oh. So I'll do front right delt, front left delt, left glute, right glute, middle left delt, middle right delt, left glute, right glute, like something like that. I might start injecting my lats. Heard a lot of people like that site. I've seen a few people say they hit a vein and they got a lot of bleeding from it. And their like back turned purple, but I haven't really seen too many people say that they've had that problem. I also I just use 30 gauge needles. They're really, really tiny, so I'm not really too worried about scar tissue. And yeah, I mix testosterone and boldenone in the same syringe. There's no point in like injecting twice. So, fuck. It just makes sense to do it in one injection. Thanks for the donation though, dude. Do you use plastic at all? I don't know how you could possibly go through life never coming into contact with plastic. So I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Yep, I still do nicotine. Do I use plastic containers? Well, the protein powder I order comes in plastic bags. I think I have some cups that are either made of plastic or acrylic. And I don't usually use Tupperware containers, but I've got a Tupperware container. Sometimes I put like rice in it. Nope. Haven't had any side effects from steroids yet. Literally 0. Don't have elevated blood pressure. Don't have acne. Don't have gyno, nothing. Yeah, RDLs make me lightheaded sometimes too. Right now I'm using testosterone, boldenone, and human growth hormone. Ow, jeez. Ah. Belt was pinching me. Do you think natural testosterone is supposed to be 1500? I don't know what you fucking mean by that question. I don't know why you care about natural or not. Like, what you should be asking is it good for you to have your testosterone at 1500? The fuck does it matter if it's natural or not? Have you ever had the dip belt pinch the dick? No, never had that. Yeah, I'm gonna do calves at the end.
What was the breaking point when you decided to use roids? What made you go like, fuck it, from now on I will start juicing? Also, isn't injecting every day tedious? It would also suck if you somehow land in a situation where you can't inject for a long time.
Congratulations, you're banned. I don't know if I'd say there was a breaking point. I just learned more about steroids and I realized it was just a good idea to take them. You know, given my own personal interests, life goals, personal risk assessment. I love injecting. I actually really like using needles, so it's not tedious. I'm always excited to get up in the morning to inject my steroids. I love it. And I haven't had a bad injection yet. The only thing I've had is like just some bleeding, but never had like any crazy post-injection pain or inflammation or anything. Thanks for the donation though, dude. My stomach contents were coming up. Ugh. That doesn't feel good. Taking TB500 had nothing to do with me taking steroids. Ah. Yeah, stronger by the day. That testosterone reference range that everyone talks about, it's literally made up bullshit. So, the way they got to that testosterone range of 300 to 950, I think it's like actually 250 to about 900 right now. What they did was they looked at 3 major prospective cohort studies. I know one of them was the Framingham heart study. In those studies, they looked at men's testosterone. Now, their testosterone ranged from anywhere from like, there are people in the hundreds, and there are people who were, I think, as high as like 16 or 1700. The original analysis of the data set, they came up with a standard reference range of 350 to about 1200. So there's some outliers who are like, way above or way below the range, but they came up with a standard reference range of 350 to about 1200. What they found was that men who are at the top of the reference range, so around 1,000 or more, they had a 4 times lower risk of dying compared to men that were at the bottom of the reference range, so around 350. Now, what ended up happening was there were some fucking retarded, dumb fuck nerd statisticians who are not clinicians. They took another look at the data set. They used some weird gay, dipshit math, and they said, oh no, the actual reference range, it's 250 to about 900. I think it's like 893 or something specifically that they came up with no regard for the actual findings of these papers, that men at the top of the reference range have a way lower risk of mortality. So what ended up happening was a bunch of these fucking doctors and clinics and endocrinologists, they're being told that the normal reference range is anywhere from 250 to 900 based on nothing. It's literally just made up numbers that were made up from a statistician, and they're completely ignoring the original research findings that men who are at the top of the reference range, around 1,000 to 1,200, they have the lowest risk of dying. They live the longest. They're the healthiest. So it's just fucking stupid. All this crap and mainstream, like in the mainstream medical field, is just fucking retarded. Doctors are absolute fucking morons, dude. So if you were to ask me, this may be a controversial take.
You said you wanted to get your IFBB card, but do you think you will have to eventually use some other stronger compounds to compete?
No. There aren't any stronger compounds, dude. You're not going to get more anabolism from other drugs. All steroids are basically as effective as each other. You might want to use different compounds for certain effects. Like the reason I'm taking Boldenone is because it helps with collagen synthesis. So it's really good for joints and connective tissue. It also helps to regulate estrogen, but you don't have to take like some magical steroid that just gives you more gains. It doesn't work that way. Thanks for the donation though, Anonymous. So if you were to ask me, and I know a lot of dipshits will say this is a controversial take, but I think most men should be on testosterone. Like, given the findings from actual research, again, men who have testosterone at about 1,000 to 1,200, they live longer. Those are results from 3 separate prospective cohort studies, and they were very well done prospective cohorts. So if that's the case, why would you want your testosterone to be at like 500 or 600? Like, it's fucking stupid. And right now, your average 25 to 30-year-old has the same testosterone as your average 70-year-old. Does that sound right to you? Should a 25 to 30-year-old have the testosterone of a 70-year-old? So, and on top of that, testosterone's being, it's one of the most well-researched, hormonal drugs. It has extremely potent antidepressive effects, massively beneficial for mood. It also increases energy. It increases your metabolic rate, increases insulin sensitivity, and typically it lowers your serum cholesterol. And if you look at the actual research on this, the higher the dose of testosterone, the better men feel. So I think they've experimented with doses up to 600 milligrams per week, which is a pretty high dose. That would probably put your serum testosterone concentrations like well above 3,000. You're probably going to be in the like 4 to maybe even 5,000 range. And men just feel better. They're more energetic, happier. Obviously, you're going to build more muscle, look more jacked. So it's like, why are we prescribing, these like pretty dangerous antidepressant drugs that have a lot of like nasty side effects, like decrease in libido? They can increase depression or depressive symptoms over time. Why are we prescribing those drugs to men when testosterone works better for that antidepressant effect? It has all these other benefits, health benefits, and most men have low
Thinking
testosterone
about
anyway.
hopping on Source, but my hair's a big part of my looks because it looks good. I'm on finasteride, lowering day HT of course raises E2, and I've got slight puberty gyno. Skipping GH2 since long-term use can age you. What do you think?
There's not really any evidence that long-term growth hormone use ages you. There's only rodent studies. And like I think 99% of the time, whenever they find some sort of anti-aging protocol in rodents, it either does absolutely nothing in human beings or it works literally the opposite. So what people forget is that human beings are particularly good at DNA repair. So when you introduce these drugs to animals like rodents, you'd expect them to live shorter lives. In human beings, I don't know why you'd expect to see that outcome. So there's also a anti-aging study out of China. They gave growth hormone to elderly people, and all their health markers and biological markers of aging improved. I think they got something like at least a 4-year age reduction. Now, if you just fucking blast growth hormone like crazy, like you take, 30 IUs per day like a fucking open pro bodybuilder, yeah, like maybe you could make a case that you're going to shorten your life. But I don't know why you'd assume like moderate doses that are either at replacement levels or maybe double replacement levels, like 5 IUs, like what I'm taking. I don't know why you'd think that would have any substantive impact on your rate of aging. Thanks for the donation, though, dude. And here's the thing, too, with the hair issue. Women are attracted to masculinity. So when dudes are freaking out about losing their hair, they're kind of going off of a beauty standard that's created by like gay people. Like it's all gay dudes that are in the fashion and entertainment industry, and obviously they're gonna, like physical features that are kind of feminine, right? So like hair, I don't know, just looking more like a bitch, basically. So like when you're thinking about like what is going to make a woman more attractive to me, if you're bald, like in all likelihood you're just going to look more masculine. If you have like, I don't know, if you're Swedish and you have like beautiful blonde curly locks and like girls are always saying, "Oh my god, you have the most beautiful hair. Can I touch it?" Like, yeah, sure, maybe that'd be a concern, but like most dudes just have hair on their head and that's really it. So I wouldn't really freak out too much. chances are women aren't going to find you any less attractive if you just shave your head. It'll probably just make you look more manly. And again, women are attracted to masculinity. That's why so many women want to date serial killers. And I'm not even fucking joking. Like, look up David Berkowitz. That was a short, pudgy, ugly dude who committed a bunch of serial killings in like New York or the Bronx or something. And he was getting thousands of fucking love letters from women because like girls are turned on by like psychopathic killers. Um, so again, when you're like when you're thinking about like what's going to make you look more physically attractive, it's not. Don't think of it in terms of like, oh, what's this conventional beauty standard that's supported by like fucking Hollywood or, you know, mainstream media. Like, think about what's going to make me look like stronger, more masculine. Uh, Plus, there's a bunch of like potential side effects you can get with finasteride, and I just don't want to fucking deal with it. I don't give a shit if I lose my hair. I thought about that before hopping on gear, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I care more about gains. Gives a fuck. The Bronx is in New York City. It's one of the 5 boroughs, yeah. Northeast part of New York City above Manhattan. Oh. Ugh. Ugh.
I genuinely look ugly as shit bald and look 10x better with hair, that's why I freak out about it tbh. If you saw me you would want to crack my head and see if I have a yolk in there. I take Finn, now my concern is the E2 and gyno if I take Gia. Then why do feminists claim to hate masculinity then if women are so turned on by it?
Because they're either lesbian or they're fat, ugly bitches who can't get the dudes they want. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Well, you can control your estrogen levels either by taking aromatase inhibitors like aromasin, or you could take compounds like Primo or Boldenone, which is what I'm on. They bring down E2 levels. So that is an option. You don't want to crush estrogen too much because that also leads to hair loss, but if you just need to control gyno, that is an option for you. Thanks for the donation. I can't read your name from here, but thanks for the donation. Oh. Oh, jeez. Oh. Do you ever fuck nowadays or just straight up grind? Have no interest in any kind of relationships right now? What's your goal on bench press? Well, like next big milestone that I want to hit is like 405 for a set of 8 to 10. I don't know if I really want to chase 1 rep maxes because I don't want to like snap my fucking tendons. Like sets of 8 to 10 or more seem to be pretty safe for me. I've never really gotten injured doing that rep range. Ugh. At what body weight? I don't give a fuck. As long as I can do it.
If I use an AI or another compound, then I just know 100% that I will have other side effects from those. Higher blood pressure, more water retention, etc. I'd what to do, dude. I'm stuck. I have the source, but I just look at it and keep thinking about it.
Well, first of all, you don't necessarily just get an increase in blood pressure from any of these drugs. I have naturally low blood pressure. It was like actually dangerously low. It was making me faint, and I've like hit my head a few times because of it. Um, the lowest blood pressure reading I had was I think it was 85. Yeah, 85 over like 48 or something. And I was just fainting all over the fucking place. Right now, even though I've escalated my doses, it's just stayed stable at 110 over 70. So I started off on just 30 milligrams test sip per day. I'm up to 50 milligrams test nenthate and 30 milligrams boldenone a day. So that's 550 milligrams total anabolics. And my blood pressure is stable at 110 over 70, and that's without any ancillary medications. So if you eat properly, you stay at a lower body fat percentage, you do daily cardio, and you drink a lot of water, that's very important. You're not just going to get, X side effect. Also, like if you're on something like Primo or Boldenone, they don't cause water retention. If anything, they actually can make you look less watery. They just make you look kind of harder. So, like, some of that has to do with your estrogen levels. So, if these drugs are lowering your estrogen to normal, like a normal range, you're not going to get that crazy water retention. And again, you can control these things by drinking enough water, being properly hydrated, doing daily cardio, eating properly, and not just eating like a fuck ton of salt and having a low potassium diet. Thanks for the donation, though, dude. Oh. 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 Does that hamstring curl thing you're using feel like you're curling 3 plates, or does it feel easier? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, no, I don't know what curling 3 plates feels like. Every machine is gonna have its own leverages and shit. So 3 plates feels hard. I have the leg curl loaded up with 3 plates. Yeah, the machine has good leverage where you can load it very heavy. I've got 3 plates on it right now. You could probably fit like another 3 plates, and if you can do that, you have like the most massive jacked legs imaginable. Do trans people get free testosterone in Canada? Well, no, you still have to pay for your medication. Certain medications might be covered by OHIP, like I know certain cancer medications are. And I know if you're like elderly or have a disability, like some medications may be covered. But generally speaking, you have to pay for your own medications unless you have like insurance plan. You can get like some kind of medication insurance here. Oh, jeez. That is a Iron X leg extension machine. I think they're available in the States. All these machines, they're basically white label products. So different different brands, they're literally just selling the same machine. Ugh. Oh crap.
So my test was 646 nanograms/day and I'm planning on injecting 3 times per week 46 milligrams of test C. I can't be bothered to do it every day, but do you think it's worth it or is it better to stay natty if I don't want to look that huge anyways? Thanks for the advice.
46 milligrams of testipionate. What the fuck? So test sip comes in 200 milligrams per mil. So why would you measure out 46 milligrams? That would be 0.23 mils. I don't know why you wouldn't just measure out 0.25 mils just to make it a little easier, but like then you got a round number. But like with that dose, you'll probably double your test. Like you're gonna feel different. So yeah, I mean, I would say it's likely worth doing. Like that'll probably take you to close to 1500 milligrams or nanograms per deciliter. Just make sure you get regular blood work. Thanks for the donation though, dude. Kina Buddy was like, women are attracted to skinny, lean physique or the superhero body, not the bodybuilder or overly big guys. Women are attracted to masculinity. Or like they're just some crazy dumb bitch who's just like wants to date a faggot or something. But I mean, show me a fucking bodybuilder who doesn't have a girlfriend. Like they all have fans that are girls. They all have like girlfriends or wives or whatever. So like here's the thing, dude. Whenever people start talking about like what most women find attractive, like you're already being a bitch. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Live your life the way you want to live it. Like if you're coming at things from a mindset of I need to get somebody else's approval, I'm not going to invest in like bodybuilding or sports or whatever the fuck you want it to be because some girl might not like that. And like I'll have a better chance of getting a girlfriend if I do something else. Like you're already being a bitch. You're gonna get a lot more respect and positive attention from women if you just live the life that you want to fucking live. And you're gonna be happier too. Like, what do you think you're gonna get from women? Most women are like selfish, manipulative fucking liars, and they're fucking losers. The whole reason they get into relationships in the first place is because they don't want to fucking work. They want somebody to take care of the bills. They're fucking neurotic, insane people, and they need to be treated like fucking children. And they need a man in their life to like fucking set them straight, or else they're gonna go into some neurotic fucking breakdown. Like you're not gonna get much from a fucking relationship other than like sex. So like why structure your whole fucking life around like the mathematical probability of you being able to get like any particular girl? Just live your life the way you want to fucking live it, and you're gonna be happier for it. Grossly incorrect perspective on women. Okay, well, congratulations. Be a white knight dipshit somewhere else. Beta male alert. No, I haven't seen Vegan Zombies movie. Yeah, John Bravo's alright. I like how he exposes dipshits like Wes Watson. Do you agree with Andrew Tate on women? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. The guy's like literally a child rapist, and he is horrifically abusive. Like, there's a reason why he's under investigation for sex trafficking. If you were offered, would you go on GRE? Yeah. Yeah, I would. Well, Clarence Kennedy is gonna come visit me next week. So we're gonna do a collab then. We'll probably do some streams together too. Did you watch Ego Raptor back in the day? I don't know what that is.
Agreed. Andrew Tate is one of the few cases where most women would most likely be safer with the bear. Also, are you going to end this workout stream so we can react to stuff soon? Seriously, it's almost 10.
Yeah, we're almost done. I'm gonna create a separate stream because I got to shower and I also have to make food. But I don't think I'm gonna get sleepy, so I'll just shower, make food, then do a stream. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. Ego Raptor's gaming YouTuber who did stuff with JonTron. He was part of the Game Grumps. Okay, yeah, I don't know. JonTron was really good back in the day.
Sorry, I was not clear before with the 46 milligrams, but I'm gonna run 140 milligrams a week split into 3 pins and my test C is 200 milligrams/ml, so that's about 23 units each in a non-saline syringe. But anyway, thanks for the advice, man. It's a crazy thought to start doing it.
Where are you sourcing from? Where, Oh, okay, wait. I thought you said 100 milligrams per mil. Never mind. If you want to do it that way, I would just use 30 gauge needles. Like, more frequently you inject, the less you're going to aromatize. And like, this is anecdotal. I don't know if there's any research on this, but I've seen people get higher test levels doing daily injections. So like, if you're already doing it 3 days a week anyway, like, it's not a fucking big deal. Especially if you use 30 gauge syringes. Like, what the fuck does it matter? So if you get more anabolism, less side effects, just inject every day. But it's up to you. Oh, geez. But thanks for the donation. I thought that was gonna tip. Sir Billiam, Umpire, Dom, Punch, Johnny Tillers, thank you, India, thank you, Terror, thank you, Disillusionment, thank you, Frailty, thank you, Consequence. How about me not blaming you for everything? Okay, great. I don't know what the fuck you're donating to me. Thanks for the donation, dude. That's right, Gig. You are Gig and you're watching the stream right now. You're also a moderator.
Back in the day you used to do the workout and the normal stream in one stream, why is that not anymore?
Well, I only did that twice. That wasn't a normal thing. I think it was only twice. And I have to shower. Like, if I don't, I end up getting some acne. So I'll just make a separate stream. Thanks for the donation, though, too. All right. Yeah, calves are getting bigger. I am using a fair bit more weight already, too. Yeah, they're getting better. Not too bad. All right. Oh. Hope you enjoyed the workout. We'll do some more lower body streams. Because people have been asking for them. But I'm gonna stretch, shower, eat, and then I should be back on in a bit. Probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I'll see you all later. Big thanks to everybody who donated in Streamlabs. And I'll see you in a bit.